As you can see, guys, this guy took a big hit, 120 points down the line. So he was in the high 600s. We got 22 negative items deleted, but there was this one reporting that really messed him up. Take a look at the stuff we deleted. Bank of America, the inquiry, TD Auto Finance, and several others. You can see right here. You can pause the screen if you want to see it. But to give you some reference, I've been working with this guy for 4 years. We got a lot of stuff removed off in the beginning, and he recently hit me back up, I believe last winter, to remove inquiries. We helped him out there. And then all of a sudden, I believe it was a few days ago, he reached out to me. Look at that. All deleted. Barclays Bank. He had a JP Morgan Chase card. What do I mean by 4 years? That's what I mean. Look at all that. These are all the months of documented disputing, and at least on Credit Karma. But mind you, these are not all the disputes that we had sent for this individual. This is just all we logged in Credit Karma. In order to understand how many disputes that we really sent, it is a little bit impossible to prove all the work that we'd done on this person's file. But we did do a lot of work. We can prove most of the work that we did for this person. But in all actuality, there's just some things that you can't really prove. Maybe you could, but probably it's just really difficult to prove. So I'm going to hide the balance amount for this account, and I'm going to hide the actual business name. The legal entity is under my thumb, but this is the account I'm talking about. So it's obviously Chase, and I just want to build context to the story that I'm sharing with you guys. Now we're on the credit report. Yep, this is it. Remember the $30,000 limit? Right off the bat, the date of last reported is different, so that's an issue. Okay. Now, the comments is, one says it's canceled by grantor. Who granted this? That means Chase. The other says the account has been closed due to inactivity. And that's on, I believe, Experian. And then account closed by credit grantor amount in high credit column is credit limit. That's interesting. So these comments are just, whatever comments. The 60-day late payment is the issue. So that right there is a big thing that we have to work on for this customer, for this client, to remove that late payment. Now, this is a closed account, but they're reporting it on his personal credit as this. So I'm going to go ahead and just get this account removed. So the situation is, ladies and gentlemen, we have a business Chase account being reported on a personal credit report. You could dispute that late payment. You may say, oh, well, look at all the green, okay, on-time payments. We don't want to sacrifice that credit history. Well, it doesn't really matter. This is somewhat of a new account, only April to February. Remember, you want big accounts. Too many open accounts like this may not be good, and it's confusing because it is closed. It is stating that it is closed. It's not an open account. So to protect the customer, we want to remove this account completely off the credit report based on the merit that this is a business account. It's not in collection status. It needs to be removed immediately. There's also errors on this. I'm going to present to the creditor the errors of the last date important, blah, blah, blah. And if you become really good at credit repair, you can create a case. That's the proper word. You can create a case out of this on the evidence that there's mixed information here. For this particular account, there's really not a big case. You can say the comment says, well, it's closed due to inactivity. Well, that's a comment someone wrote. That could have been an error. You could say the fact that it's closed, that whatever the reason, the comments say it's closed by the grantor and the dates are different. That all can be corrected and updated. That's not a real strong case, to be honest with you. Because if I dispute those things individually, they'll just update it and change it. But in the sense that if this person has received adverse action and it's harmed them financially, you have a bigger case right there because there's damages involved. So that's to add on top of the things that we presented, but more importantly, that this is violating the Fair Credit Reporting Act. The strongest violation in this report right here would be that this is a business account and it shouldn't be reported to a personal account. As the law states, it's not a collection. It's closed. The account is closed, but that doesn't mean it's in collection status. That's a different thing, because let me just tell you what's going on with this specific client. This person is still paying Chase. They're still paying Chase. That's it. They haven't assigned this account to a collection agency. So that's the thing here. And for several months, all of these months it was reported. Boom, 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 boom. The status of the account was, the payment status was current. It's not in collection status. This is not a collection account, right? This is not a collection account. So this right here is really manipulating the eOscar on a whole nother level, because they're really good. So obviously this person can report an account that's not even a collection and say that the balance or the payment status is current, but still report a late payment based upon a business credit account. That is pretty high level, but you have to keep in mind you're dealing with Chase. Chase is not new to the credit repair industry. Chase is the biggest bank in the world, so they have people that understand the eOscar. They have people that understand credit reporting. They could figure out how to jam your disputes. It's not as easy as filing a dispute with these creditors. You have to think, use your brain, think logically. Who are you compared to Chase? So that's another thing. If you guys want a DIY credit repair, well, good luck, because I know how difficult that is. And unless you are as dedicated as me, I do this as a professional. I've been doing this for 10 years. And even my 10 years of doing this, my mentor's had 40 years, and he knows what I just said. And you guys know what I just said. His average client is 4 years. So if you're with someone and the needle isn't moving so much, maybe you need to wait. If it's a question of their competence, that's on you. You need to do the research. If they're not educating you throughout the process of what's going on and you're not receptive to it, that's another thing. But you have to work with someone you trust. If my average client of my mentor was 4 years, imagine how long you'll be with me, probably 4 years. I just showed you a client of mine that's been a client of mine for 4 years. You saw 2020 to now, it's 2024. And we're focusing on this. He hired me again for this specific situation and a few inquiries on TransUnion. He says right here, I want you to focus on inquiries from TransUnion, as Experian deleted 5 already. So these are the accounts. So you could see he hired me here for this December, and then he reached out to me again right here, and that's for the business account. And just like I showed in prior videos to this, Dean, one of my clients, he reached out to me. There's a recorded call, which you guys can see. People hire me from years ago because they get in situations in their life, and it's understandable. Part of it is due to being irresponsible, uneducated in credit, and then some of it is just bad luck and just emergency situations. And some of it is errors due to the credit bureaus, right? Errors and mistakes that these creditors and credit bureaus are allowing to be put on the report to begin with. So it's good to have someone that could help dispute this stuff for you that's a professional, because you can try to learn it on your own, but it's good to take a lot of time. It's more technical than you think, because for every problem that you have, you're going to have to find a way to fix that problem. And you'll find yourself searching on YouTube, how to do this, how to do that. But that's only one school of thought. I've showed you guys some proof that so-called experts on YouTube are not actually really qualified to talk about credit repair. Especially my last video, online disputes versus mail disputes. I have an attorney in that video basically prove to you guys online disputes are faster and they're just as reliable as certified mail. And in fact, it's just the speed. And that's basically it. So there's no real case against online disputes. Otherwise, that attorney and myself would have already found it. So I've been in the business for 12 years, not 12 months. It's your job to hire the right person. See you guys on the next one.